crispy.
All right, so we're back with another behind the scenes video, another Minimate Retcon video. This time we're featuring Professor Minimate, and he's, I can sit and say he's my favorite, but really, I mean, there is no such thing as a favorite. They're all great, but I just love Minimate Professor Minimate's, pictures. I mean, he just does such a great job with everything, and he also does a very good wide variety. Very original stuff. I can't say enough good things about the work that he does. And one thing I wanted to credit him with is basically what you see here. This is a redo of a shot. He basically did a shot from the movie Incredible Hulk, where Abomination's on the ground, and Hulk has his foot on his chest and he's screaming at the sky. And he's like, I don't know if he's the first person to do it, but he's the first person I noticed to do it and did it very well. But he's like the first person I've ever seen. I noticed pop the head off a Minimate to get better articulation out of him, and he just had his Incredible Hulk movie Minimate with the head popped off, screaming at the sky. And it just caught my eye. And if any of you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you've seen me do it before. It seems like I've done it lately on a lot of pictures. And I've seen some other people do it too. Platypus, he's done it. But, the guy that kind of started all of it actually was, to me, the person I would credit with it is Professor Minimate. A very, very creative guy, does a very good job with, Minimates. And he's pretty prolific too right now. He's been pumping out content quite a bit. But, I just wanted to really, this is the first one where I went, holy crap, that's just a genius idea. So, it was, when we decided to do the Minimate Retcon, it was like the first picture I wanted to redo, because I've always wanted to redo that same exact shot. But I've never, I always kind of felt disrespectful until we all kind of got together and talked about, Minimate Retcon. So glad to do it. And the only thing I did to change it up is, instead of the movie Incredible Hulkmates, I chose to do the comic version of them just to kind of mix it up a little bit, so it wasn't just entirely remade shot. But still, just a brilliant idea. Thank you for giving us that. I've seen other people use it, so it's not like I'm the only one. But job well done. So, anyways, let's go on to another picture. So the next up, we from Professor, we have basically comic. This is from a comic called Truth. It's basically a Captain America story where this guy named Isaiah Bradley, when they first come out with the super serum for Captain America, they test on an African American gentleman, and it's just basically his story. It's a very creative way. I found the comic to be amazing. It was just a very creative way to bring, a new story that kind of fits what America was like and what things were like, back in the 40s. We all, most of us know the Tuskegee Airmen, the whole story behind that. So, I mean, it really does fit in. It's not pandering. It's not a story that panders. It's not a story that, this is all before the woke mob was kind of a thing. And they really hit the nail on the head with the comic story. But anyways, Professor did this really cool shot of Isaiah Bradley, that Captain America, fighting in a kind of a war-torn area that kind of, to me, it kind of looked, he did a pretty good job with the representation of, World War II, just the red and the, just what a war area would look like. For mine, I'm kind of doing more of a, of an old Europe kind of look with this church in the background, these two buildings in the background. They very much fit into what, to me, as an American who's never been to Europe, what things would look like over there. And basically, we have Isaiah running through this crowd running through these Hydra soldiers. He had them knocking down a few soldiers too with another guy in the background, just because of the balance of just because of the balance of the picture. This guy, like the way Professor did his, he had this background character on the left-hand side. But if I took him and put him over there, the picture would be severely unbalanced. You'd have Isaiah would not, Cap would not be in the middle of the picture. He just fit better back here. I've said it before. This is why I always take my pictures before I do the video, because in case stuff falls down. But yeah, it turned out really well. And then I got to talk about the terrain here. If you look at the terrain, you know, it's kind of multi-leveled. In front of us, we kind of got to help fill out, you know, the picture, just to kind of have the ground, you know, on the bottom. You basically, what you would want to do is have these, you know, fabric. God, how would you say it? Just soft. You know, the underneath of those is not hard. They're roll up, and if you put something underneath, it kind of gives it a, you know, a hill effect. It's easier to hide his stand. He's on a stand. And then in back, the same thing. I basically elevated my other, you know, my other roll-up terrain to where when we're here, we get kind of a multi-layered, hilly effect to this. You know, that background where the churches are, you know, it's elevated above this, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't look right to me. I mean, and I could have used my other roll-up terrain, just made it all flat, but it just brings so much more life to the terrain when you have it, you know, hilly and stuff versus, you know, nice and flat, which that flat works too. But, you know, I just think this looks better, just gives more life to the pictures. So layers it so much more. But anyways, let's go on to one more picture from the Professor. All right, so here's one more picture based off of Professor Minimate's pictures. His is a little bit different. He does have the beat up cap that I used in the Heinous Figures video, but since I used it, you know, recently, I decided to switch it up a little bit using just a regular cap. I couldn't figure out a way. See, I got these things. I don't even know where they're from, the chains. And, you know, that plastic, their plastic chains are stiff, so they don't hang like chains when you have them on the figure. So I had to figure out a way to make them look right, and basically I just have Cap fighting against the chains. But I basically kept the essence of the photo with Zemo with a gun to his face, Cap being chained up, and then Bucky in the background running up with Cap's shield, ready to rescue him. I did throw in this little thing from Rick and Morty that Professor had in his picture, but I didn't use it. You know, you're not going to see it, unfortunately. I got to get a pretty, you know, to get Bucky in between these two, I had to take a pretty low angle, and it cut out a lot of that. So cut out this mind control device, whatever it is. But still, it you know, catching the essence of Professor's pictures. He's a fantastic artist, you guys. Check out his. You should really check out his work, Professor Minimate, on Instagram. I'll put a link to his page in the description of this video, so you guys can go look at his stuff. He does a lot of kind of off the wall. He's been doing some Back to the Future stuff lately that's just fantastic. You know, he's just a really talented guy. You know, as I said in the Hulk shot at the very beginning of this video, just that was such a game changer for me. You know, that I don't always use it, but when I do, it reminds me of that picture every time. So, yeah, and this is great. In the previous picture, yeah, just fantastic stuff. So, anyways, hit the like and subscribe, guys. Check out the description of the video for his links and my link to my Instagram and Facebook page for all my Minimate goodness. And otherwise, we'll see you guys at the next video. Bye now.